Why are there so few racialized women in the C-suite? Part 2. If you want an example of how gender equity movements make racialized women invisible, look at gender lens investing. Gender lens investing is a multi-billion-dollar market. It's been proven that companies that have greater gender diversity in leadership have higher returns and reduced risk. So if you want to be socially conscious and make money, gender lens investing can be a good option. It rewards companies that are demonstrating gender equity in leadership, and it incentivizes other companies to catch up. Retail investors like you and I can log into an online brokerage and buy gender-based ETFs, and if enough of us do it, this can actually influence huge organizations. In fact, this has already happened, and the market is growing. So voting with your wallet works. Great. But if you know anything about gender equity movements, inside or outside the workplace, you might be asking, does this actually help racialized women? The answer is that unless the representation of racialized women in leadership is tracked as a specific metric, and intersectionality is specifically called out, our gains will likely be marginal or non-existent. And across the board, this metric is not being tracked. For example, I could not find a single gender lens investing scorecard or index that was intersectional. If you want to see for yourself, Google gender lens investing scorecard or gender equity index. These scorecards evaluate funds or individual companies on gender equity metrics so investors can make informed decisions. These scorecards aren't designed to be used by us. They're designed to be used by institutional investors. So that means that these scorecards can influence decision-making involving hundreds of millions of dollars. That's a big deal. Because they are not intersectional, that means that hypothetically, a company that has 0 racialized women in leadership positions could score highly on these scorecards as long as there are enough white women in leadership. What gets measured gets done. The representation of BIPOC women is rarely measured, and it's no coincidence that there's very few of us in senior leadership. We hold 4% of C-suite positions. White women and BIPOC men have much higher rates of representation because when there's gender or racial progress, BIPOC women fall through the cracks. While there's a lot of lip service, we rarely get prioritized in practice.